Trick Daddy's a very famous rapper here down south in Philadelphia, in the United States, southern United States. And every once in a while, Trick say something crazy or what people perceive to be crazy, and they try to kind of push him out of the conversation, but he continues to talk. Sometimes I wish he wouldn't. He's doubling down right now after facing backlash. Rapper Trick Daddy is doubling down after facing major backlash over a video that he shared on social media. In the video, Trick Daddy is discussing Black people in the United States and said he does not consider himself an African American. Now, that's provocative, but I want you to listen to why he doesn't.
My mind never tell me one story about no mother Africa. I don't know nothing about Africa. All I know is all the African people I know and run into, they think they better than us over here. So what you worry about me saying that I'm not African? I'm just American. What's wrong with you? You get a problem? And it's your mother podcast show. Don't bring my name up. I don't know you, so I'm not bringing name. I'm still not saying his name. So what you mean? This show you can talk about. You got my name in your mouth. Both of you look alike.
Hear that?
And I'm with. I don't care how old I am. We about the same age.
Do you hear this?
Oh y'all, Africa this. Ain't there one of you mother?
So, Trick Daddy says, as you heard, I'm not African. I'm not from Africa. I don't know nobody African. All I know is they think they're better than us. He said, I'm trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my MFN race. He went on to say other things, but, you know, he said my mother and her mother and her mother's mother, that ain't their land. America hadn't been Africa. America's real true land is right here on U.S. soil. So Trick Daddy is denying his African Americans, and people were upset about this on the internet. And, you know, there was a time where I would have been too, like, man, you are African American. You are Afro-American. You, whatever you want to call it. You one of us. But as I get older, I think about it a little bit differently. And I say, I get, again, I use Black for myself, although I will say African American in the right context. I prefer to say I'm Black. And in the United States, that means a particular thing. And it can be complicated and messy, but at the end of the day, I understand why Trick is saying, look, we're decades away from Africa. We have a U.S. culture here. We have a U.S. national identity here. We have our own traditions and practices that are tied to Africa, but are rooted in the U.S. tradition of slavery. So if I am a descendant of American slavery, then yeah, I want to identify as that, not this generic thing or this problematic thing that's not generic and not new, but still not ideal. I get it. I get why you'd want to do that. I get why you'd want to say, look, I'm not that thing. What I don't want to do, though, is continue to foment those culture wars and those diaspora wars where people say, oh, you think you're better than us because you're from, you know, Cote d'Ivoire. And no, you Americans think you're this. I don't want that. Because to white people, we're Black. To the police, we're Black. White supremacy is powerful because it creates a norm whiteness. So if you ain't white, get in the back of the line. It's just a question of where in the line you finna be. So I get why Trick Daddy said, look, I ain't worried about none of that stuff. I'm worried about my people, my culture here in the United States. That's what I got to deal with. That makes sense to me. But I don't want the diaspora wars. I don't want to just trigger a thing about who's better, who got the best rights, the best dances, the best food, the best work ethic, all that stuff. Who hates who loves. I don't want none of that. I don't mean we can't have spirited conversations. I mean, I don't want that to be that. I don't want that to be the end game, just more infighting. No, I want something liberatory, specifically for people who were the children of slavery or the grandchildren of great, whatever. You're a descendant of enslaved Africans here in the United States. I think that's an important place to start.